गोवर्धन वेशे हरिनिष्कोट वृन्द विपिनेशे
राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते
जय जय माधव दयिते जय जय माधव दयिते
वृषभानुदधि नवशशिलेखे ललिता सखी गण रमित विशाखे वृषभानुदधि वृषभानुदधि नवशशिलेखे ललिता सखी गण रमित विशाखे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते
जय जय माधव दयिते जय जय माधव दयिते
करुणा कुरु मयि करुणा भरिते सनक सनातन वर्णित चरिते करुणा कुरु मयि करुणा भरिते सनक सनातन वर्णित चरिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते
जय जय माधव दयिते जय जय माधव दयिते
जय जय माधव दयिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते राधे
जय जय माधव दयिते जय जय माधव दयिते
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Very much for joining this beautiful morning. Hope and pray that everyone should have a wonderful journey into our forest of Vrindavan at the Javat Radharani's in-laws house. So we will continue reading the Krishna book. And I'm not gonna name everyone because this is the recording I'm doing before I come to sleep. Because we have to go to the temple early tomorrow to attend the class. It begins at Central 6:30 a.m. So I'm just gonna record today. And thank you all of you for joining this wonderful morning. Introduction. Krishna 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 hai. Krishna 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 hai. Krishna 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 Raksha Mam. Krishna 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 Pahimam. Rama Raghav Rama Raghav Rama Raghav Raksha Mam. Krishna Kesava Krishna Kesava Krishna Kesava Pahimam. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 7.96. While attempting to write this book, Krishna, let me first offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, Om Vishnupad 108, Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. Then let me offer my respectful obeisances to the ocean of mercy, Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, appearing in the role of a devotee, just to distribute the highest principles of devotional service. Lord Chaitanya began his preaching from the country known as Gaudades, West Bengal. And as I belong to the Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, I must therefore offer my respectful obeisances to our disciplic successor. This Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya is also known as Brahma Sampradaya because the disciplic succession originally began from Lord Brahma. Brahma instructed the sage Narad, and Narad instructed Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva instructed Madhava Muni or Madhavacharya. Madhavendra Puri, the originator of Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, belongs to the Madhavacharya disciplic succession. He had many renowned disciples, both in the sannyas, renounce, and household orders of the life. Disciples such as Nityanand Prabhu, Advait Prabhu, and Ishwar Puri. Ishwar Puri happened to be the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let us offer our respectful obeisances to Ishwar Puri, Nityanand Prabhu, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Srivas Pandit, and Sri Gadadhar Pandit. Next, let us offer our respectful obeisances to Swarup Damodar, who acted as the private secretary to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And let us offer our respectful obeisances to Sri Vasudev Dutt and the constant attendant of Lord Chaitanya, Sri Govinda, and the constant friend of Lord Chaitanya Mukunda, and also to Murari Gupta. And let us offer our respectful obeisances to the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Krishna himself has explained in the Bhagavad Gita that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whenever there are discrepancies in the regulative principles of man's religious life and a prominence of irreligious activities, he appeared on these earthly planets. In other words, when Lord Sri Krishna appeared, there was a necessity of minimizing the load of sinful activities accumulated on this planet or in this universe. For affair of the material creation, Lord Mahavishnu, the plenary portion of Krishna, is in charge. When the Lord descends, the incarnation emanates from Vishnu. Mahavishnu is the original cause of material creation. And from him, Garbhodakshai Vishnu Lakshman, and then Shirodakshai Vishnu. Generally, all the incarnations appearing within this material universe are plenary expansions from Shirodakshai Vishnu. Therefore, the business of minimizing the overload of sinful activities on this earth does not belong to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. But when Krishna appears, all the Vishnu expansions also join with him. Krishna's different expansions, namely Narayana, the quadruple expansions of Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, and Anuruddha, as well as the partial plenary expansion of Matsya, or the incarnation of fish and other Yuga Avtaras, incarnation for the millennium, and the Manvantara Avtaras, the incarnation of Manus, all combined together and appear with the body of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the complete whole, and all plenary expansions and incarnations always live with him. When Krishna appeared, Lord Vishnu was also with him. Krishna actually appeared to demonstrate his Vrindavan pastimes and to attract the fortunate conditioned souls and invite them back home, back to Godhead. The killing of the demons was simultaneous to his Vrindavan activities and was carried out only by the Vishnu portion of Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 20th verse, it is stated that there is another eternal nature, the spiritual sky, which is transcendental to this manifested and non-manifested matter. The manifested world can be seen in the form of many stars and planetary systems, such as sun, moon, etc. But beyond this, there is non-manifested portion, which is not approachable to anyone in this body. And beyond that non-manifested matter, there is the spiritual kingdom. That kingdom is described in the Bhagavad Gita as supreme and eternal. It is never annihilated. This material nature is subjected to repeated creation and annihilation. But that part, the spiritual nature, remains as it is eternally. The supreme abode of the personality of Godhead Krishna is also described in the Brahma Samhita as the abode of Chintamani. That abode of Lord Krishna, known as Goloka Vrindavan, is full of palaces made of touchstone. There, the trees are called desire trees, and the cows are called surubhi. The Lord is served there by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. His name is Govinda, the primeval Lord, and he is the cause of all causes. There the Lord plays his flute. His eyes are like a lotus petals, and the color of his body is like that of a beautiful cloud. On his head is a peacock feather. He is so attractive that he excels thousands of cupids. Lord Krishna gives only a little hint in the Gita of his personal abode, which is the supermost planet in the spiritual kingdom. But in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna actually appears with all his paraphernalia, and the demon strains his activity in Vrindavan, then at Mathura, and then at Dwarka. The subject matter of this book will gradually reveal all these activities. The family in which Krishna appeared is called the Yadu dynasty. This Yadu dynasty belongs to the family descending from Soma, the god in the moon planet. There are two different Kshatriya families of the real order, one descending from the king of the moon planet and the other descending from the king of the sun planet. Whenever the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, he generally appears in a Kshatriya family because he has to establish religious principles or the life of righteousness. The Kshatriya family is the protector of the human race, according to the Vedic system. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as Lord Ramchandra, he appeared in the family descending from the sun god, known as Raghu Vamsa. And when he appeared as Lord Krishna, he did so in the family of Yaduvans. There is a long list of the king of the Yaduvamsa in the 9th canto, 24th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. All of them were great, powerful kings. Krishna's father's name was Vasudeva, son of Sursena, descending from the Yadu dynasty. Actually, the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not belong to any dynasty of the material world, but the family in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears becomes famous by his grace. For example, sandalwood is produced in the states of Malaya. Sandalwood has its own qualifications apart from Malaya. But because accidentally this wood is mainly produced in the state of Malaya, it is known as Malayan sandalwood. Similarly, Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, belongs to everyone. But just as the sun rises from the east, although there are other directions from which it could rise. So by his own choice, the Lord appeared in a particular family, and that family becomes famous. So when Krishna appears, all his plenary expansions also appear with him. Krishna appeared along with Balram, Baldev, who is known as his elder brother. Balram is the origin of Sankarsana, of the quadruple expansions. Balram is also the plenary expansion of Krishna. In this book, the attempt will be made to show how Krishna appeared in the family of the Yadu dynasty and how he displayed his transcendental characteristics. This is very vividly described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, specifically the 10 verses. And the basis of this book will be Srimad Bhagavatam. The pastime of the Lord are generally heard and relished by liberated souls. Those who are conditioned souls are interested in reading fictional story of the material activities of some common man. Narration describing the transcendental activities of the Lord are found in Srimad Bhagavatam and other Puranas. But the conditioned soul still prefer to study ordinary narrations. They are not so interested in studying the narration of the pastimes of the Lord Krishna. And yet, the descriptions of the pastime of Lord Krishna are so attractive that they are realizable for all classes of men. There are three classes of men in this world. One class consists of liberated souls. Another consists of those who are trying to be liberated. And the third consists of materialistic men. Whether one is liberated or is trying to be liberated or is even grossly materialistic, the pastime of Lord Krishna are worth studying. Liberated souls have no interest in materialistic activities. The impersonalist theory that after liberation one becomes inactive and needs hear nothing does not prove that a liberated person is actually inactive. A living soul cannot be inactive. He is either active in the conditioned state or in a liberated state. A deceased person, for example, is always active, but his activities are all painful. The same person, when freed from the disease condition, is still active, but in the healthy condition, the activities are full of pleasure. Similarly, the impersonalists manage to get freed from the disease conditional activities, but they have no information of activities in the healthy conditions. Those who are actually liberated and in full knowledge take to hearing the activities of Krishna. Such engagement is pure spiritual activities. It is essential for persons who are actually liberated to hear about the pastime of Krishna. That is the supreme realizable subject matter for one in the liberated state. Also, a person who are trying to be liberated hears such narrations as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam then their path of liberation becomes very clear. Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary study of Srimad Bhagavatam. By studying the Gita, one becomes fully conscious of the positions of Lord Krishna. And when he is situated at the lotus feet of Krishna, he understands the narrations of Krishna as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Chaitanya has therefore advised his followers that their business is to propagate Krishna Katha. Krishna Katha means narration about Krishna. There are two Krishna Kathas, narration spoken by Krishna and narration spoken about Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is the narration or the philosophy or the science of God spoken by Krishna himself. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the narration about the activity and transcendental pastime of Krishna. Both are Krishna Katha. It is the order of Lord Chaitanya that Krishna Katha should be spread all over the world. Because if the conditioned souls suffering under the pangs of material existence take to Krishna Katha, then their path of liberation will be open and clear. The purpose of presenting this book is primarily to induce people to understand Krishna or Krishna Katha, because thereby they can become freed from material bondage. This Krishna Katha will also be very much appealing to the most materialistic persons, because Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, cowherd girls, are exactly like the loving affairs between the young girls and boys within this material world. Actually, the sex feeling found in the human society is not unnatural, because the same sex feeling is there in the original personality of Godhead. The pleasure potency is called Srimati Radharani. The attractions of loving affair on the basis of sex feeling is the original future of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we, the conditioned souls, being part and parcel of the Supreme, have such feeling also. But they are experienced within a perverted, minute condition. Therefore, when those who are after sex life in this material world hear about Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, they will relish transcendental pleasure, although it appears it to be materialistic. The advantage will be that they will gradually be elevated to the spiritual platform. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that if only one hear the pastime of Lord Krishna with the gopis from authorities with submission, then he will be promoted to the platform of transcendental loving service to the Lord. And the material disease of lust within his heart will be completely vanquished. In other words, it will counteract the material sex life. So we'll stop here. And also I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who take so much austerity every day to join on this Zoom call and giving their kind support to all of us. From Aurora, Illinois, Carltonville, India, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Tempe, Phoenix, College Station, Austin, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Portland, Dhaka, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, New Delhi, and Jammu and Kashmir. So please forgive me that I won't be able to attend question and answer sessions. If you all desire continue doing or reflections until you all feel comfortable, by Krishna's grace, if he wishes, we will see you all, everyone on Monday morning at 2 o'clock. If not, then you can join at the time is convenient for you to join. I have to leave to attend the Maharaj class. So always thinking about your well-being, at least spiritual well-being. And I always pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead to give us the intelligence, determination, steadfastness, that we continue stay on the path with lots of enthusiasm and complete the work for which we have been awarded this human form of life. Thank you very much. May Krishna bless us all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. So, as Shyam Sundar Prabhu mentioned, that if any devotee would like to share their realization, please feel free to share, or if any question you wanted to ask to the group. Hare Krishna, Prabhu and Mataji. Anybody would like to share their realization from today's chanting, or as we are chanting for quite some time? Here would like to share their realization, or anybody has any question? We have 22 devotees still on the call. Anybody would like to share their realization or questions? Or anybody would like to share any experiences which can benefit each other? Yeah, looks like devotees are hesitating. So maybe I can share my experience, 2 cents. The one which helped me is read the Mahamantra and then chant, which is really very sublime. That when we read, especially in Devanagari, if we read and then chant, the chances of mind going away is minimal. Of course, mind is still can deceive, but chances are minimal because you are reading and then chanting. So that is what helped me. And then second thing is that, of course, the association, that whenever the mind is agitated or disturbed, if we get somebody uh, to give you the association that point of time, whether it is Krishna Katha or ask him, hey, can you sit with me and then chant 1 or 2 rounds? That is really, really helpful. Uh, so either your family member, or if nobody is, then you can call your friend, say, hey, can we chant 1 round together? So that is very sublime. Or whenever we struggle to do some rounds, like body is tired, you're not able to chant. So that time, if we are into the association of the devotee, then those even you can chant several rounds and you will not feel tired. So these two, I think, I feel myself that we need to keep reminding ourselves that whenever you feel chanting is a burden, get into the association and chant with the devotees. So that is very helpful, and that then you will not feel burden, and then chanting will be easy. And then read and chant. That is very good. That when you read Mahamantra and chant, of course it will take more time, but reading and chanting, you'll feel pleasure. And another thing I felt is that sometimes we don't able to relish chanting, but what I felt is that when we chant more, if we need to really taste the chanting, we need to chant more. So when we start our chanting in the morning, immediately you will not relish in the taste, but gradually as you go over uh, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, right? Especially after 8 rounds, you started getting some taste that, yeah, I wanted to chant. So we need to chant. Or so sometime, after 16 round, we will get the taste that, hey, we need to chant. So the more we chant, the more our chances of getting the taste will increase. So the chanting is the secret of relishing the chanting is lying inside the chanting only. There is no other way. And of course, reading will help. I think Shyam Sundar Prabhu also read in between when he chant. So when the mind goes because of the office thing and another thing and household problem, then while chanting, if those things keep bothering, then which I also do sometimes, that open some piece of Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam and read it. And when you read it, then mind will get energy that, yes, this is the other botheration are nothing. Sometimes as we zoom in our home, and when we zoom in our life, we get so much busy that we think that this is the only world. But when we read about Krishna and then Krishna's pastime and teachings from Srila Prabhupada, then we think that, oh, this world is just a mustard seed. There is a big picture, and then we will be able to see the big picture and come back to the chanting. So these are a couple of points which helped me and learned from Shyam Sundar Prabhu. So I thought to share with you. Any other devotee would like to share what helped them in their chanting or realizations?
So I find that chanting with in a group with instruments, harmonium, mridangam, and kartal, I find it more enjoyable.
Yes.
That's my.
Yeah.
It
Very
takes
nice.
me away from present condition to some other place, and in that condition or in the situation, your mind doesn't divert.
Yes.
You enjoy the whole thing in a group.
Yes. Wonderful, Prabhuji. Very good point.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing. Anything else you would like to share?
Well, you ask about this point. That's what I like.
Yeah, very nice.
Rather than, of course, I enjoy chanting with you all, group, when Shyam Sundar Prabhu is chanting. So I can synchronize with him, and I do not feel alone.
Yes.
That's the advantage.
Yes.
But sometimes some of the Vaishnavis do not follow the rules of the chanting together. It says that they should mute their microphone. But when some other person in between chanting, that causes a lot of imbalance in the harmony
Hmm.
because we have Shamsundar Prabhu's screen and it changes to some other person's screen and
Hmm.
continuously goes back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
That is not really nice. We all need to mute ourselves, except only Shamsundar Prabhu. He's chanting and we follow him
Yeah.
as a guide. That is helpful to me.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing. Somebody told me that during the kirtan, as you mentioned, that during the kirtan, if when the kirtaniya is singing, then if you repeat after him, and after 15 times, if you follow him and keep repeating, then you are inside the kirtan, and then you can really relish the kirtan if you keep repeating after kirtaniyas. So very nice point, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
But also I find that when leading the kirtan
Hmm.
and we're listening and then we are repeating
Yes.
in a group as like a choir, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
But also I felt that I should also sing with the
Yes.
leader
Yes.
because
Yes.
I'm missing that I'm quiet. I'm not
Correct.
engaged. But
Yes.
I want to
Yes.
with all the
Exactly.
time so that I don't
Yes.
waste my time.
Yes. 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 You're absolutely right, Prabhuji. That's why in the temple also, when Aarti is going on, many times, and especially initial days, we stand behind and we just hear. But when Aarti is going on and somebody is singing, we should open our mouth and keep repeating. We should move our lips for that, not just stand in the Aarti. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so
Sure.
much, Prabhuji. Very, very nice point.
Well, when I was in Mayapur last January,
Hmm.
I enjoyed every day I was there in the Mangala Arati,
Hmm.
This is beautiful experience. Everybody's singing,
Yes. Very
that is most relishing of the time,
Yes.
That's what I feel.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And you are very fortunate that you recently got so much personal association of Shyam Sundar Prabhu. So,
Yes, yeah,
very
that is
good.
true. Yeah. So he comes here and I'm pleased. I'm fortunate that he stays with me and we share experiences and we
Hmm.
are trying to develop a temple here. So
Very nice. Great service, Prabhuji. Thank you for your support. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Any other devotee would like to share their realizations? Prabhus and Matajis, anything which helped you, which you would like to share? If not just for you, but your realization may help other devotees and may improve their sadhana. Or if you have any question, or if you are struggling somewhere, then other senior devotees can help you. You have any question? So we have now 18 devotees. We'll do the final call if anybody would like to share their experiences or any question. So if we don't have, then we'll give back the time. And thank you so much for joining. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu bhayevich patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna everyone.